I might have been a little unfair to Tinkaton. Ones that we like.
You do one you hate.
I got one that I got one I seriously dislike.
Yeah, give it to us.
That's Tinkaton EX. And we're going to take a look at an updated list that I think actually might be kind of decent. Hey, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're looking at Tinkaton EX. We're doing a brand new way of doing this video, so I hope you enjoy. If you do, let me know in the comments, leave likes, all that kind of stuff. It lets me know that this is working and you like watching it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, go to Pokegear, take a look at the deck list, and we're going to have some fun in between. But, well, let's just go ahead, go to the Pokegear app. So the whole idea of the deck, we're gonna do this quickly. The whole idea of the deck is to get cards into your hand so you can attack with Tinkaton EX, Big Hammer, and do a lot of damage. For 2 colorless energies, it does 30 damage times the number of cards you have in your hand. So the idea is get as many cards in your hand as you can, and we have 3 really good ways of doing that. The first is the single prize Tinkaton has the gather materials, discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability, and then you draw 3 cards. So you're going to discard 1 to draw 3, meaning you're up 2 cards. We also have Rotom V, instant charge. Once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. If you use this ability, your turn ends. The whole idea with the Rotom is 2 things. 1, we use it turn 1 or turn 2 to just draw 3 cards for free, which is really, really good. Then we have a target for Forest Seal Stone, which lets us use the V-Star Power Star Alchemy to search our deck for any card we want. That could be something like a really good supporter that we might want. It could be an energy, it could be a Poke, any card we want we can get. Then, oh boy, then we have Radiant Jirachi Entrusted Wishes as the ability. If this Pokemon is in your active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack during your from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for up to 3 cards and put them into your hand. Absolutely insane ability, super, super strong. Also, Astral Misfortune, flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. Milotic, do guard whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from their hand. Prevent all effects of that card done to you or your hand. So that's really, really good. And that means those pesky Ionos, that's going to be Judge. Those are really the only 2 things that are going to affect your hand as supporters. We can use Milotic to keep the cards that we searched for with Radiant Jirachi, the cards we drew with Rotom V, the cards we drew with Tinkaton. Cards like Colress's Experiment. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 of them into your hand. It's a really good supporter. We lose a card from our hand, but we're gaining 3. So we're getting a net 2 cards in our hand. So that's really cool. Things like Worker, again, draw 3 cards, discard a stadium. So sure, we are losing a card, but we're gaining 2. And that's really the game plan, is to play a card and maximize maximize the number of cards in hand. So this is really nice too, because Path to the Peak means we won't be able to use Radiant Jirachi's ability, we won't be able to use Rotom V's ability, and those are really the only 2 abilities that we have. So once Radiant Jirachi's knocked out, or once it past turn 1 or turn 2, we don't really care about Rotom's ability anymore, because we don't want to end our turn drawing cards. We want to be attacking with either the Tinkaton EX's Big Hammer, or even the single prize Tinkaton has a pretty decent attack for 2 energies. Special Hammer, 90 damage. If it has any special energy attached, this attack does 90 more damage. So you could be hitting for 180 if you have this reversal energy or one of these double turbo energies. Reversal energy is really nice because it will provide 3 energies, all types, crazy, to a non-rule box evolution Pokemon if you are behind on prizes. And this kind of stage 2 deck, where we're spending the first turn or 2 just building up our hand so we can hit really hard with Tinkaton, we're probably going to be down on prizes, which means we can offer up this single prize Tinkaton, slap one of these reversal energies on there, and now we're hitting for 180 with a single prize Pokemon. That's really decent. And like I said, we can use the Forest Seal Stone to find a reversal energy or to find the Tinkaton, whatever. If we need to find evolution Pokemon, we have Jacques. Search your deck for up to 2 evolution Pokemon, put them into your hand. You don't have to play them. You can use Jacques. You go down 1 card, you gain 2, you're up 1 card. And that's 30 more damage that you're going to do with Tinkaton EX's Big Hammer attack. So, all things to consider. Roxanne is just a way late in the game. We only have a couple of cards in hand. We want to see more cards. We want to disrupt our opponent. We have the option to Roxanne. Thornton is going to allow us to swap Pokemon. If our opponent knows that we're playing something like a Tinkaton, they might want to KO a Feebas. So what we can do is if they knock out this Feebas, right, then we can't evolve into Milotic, and it's a whole pain, it's a whole process. So what we can do is use Thornton, which lets us switch a basic Pokemon from our discard with one on our bench. Then we can turn a random Tinkatink. Maybe we don't need that many on the bench. Maybe there's a Radiant Jirachi, or we want to get that Rotom V out of play. We can go ahead, use Thornton to turn a Rotom V into a Feebas. Now we're a single prize Pokemon, and we get to evolve it into the Milotic to prevent all that Iono stuff that could be really, really bad for our game plan. So, really cool way to use something like a Rotom early game and then deny those prizes later on by using something like a Thornton, turning it into a second Manaphy, turning it into another Radiant Jirachi. And there's really no harm in using Radiant Jirachi's attack. Again, you just attach a double turbo energy onto this. You can't use the reversal energy. Oh, you can, but you can't use it for 3 energy. You can only use it for 1. But we slap a double turbo on energy on there. Worst case, we flip a tails. Okay, fine, it stays in the active and it gets KO'd. We kind of want that for 2 reasons. 1, we get to search a deck for 3 cards. 2, it lets us potentially activate reversal energy on the single prize Tinkaton. So that's kind of the strategy, but we are going to go ahead and take a look at the desk or the board behind me to see this stuff in action. So this is the exact scenario I was talking about. We can use Radiant Jirachi's attack. There's no harm in it. Okay, we fail the attack, so the Lugia gets to live another day. Now they get to start their turn. They're going to go ahead. They're going to draw a card, whatever. And then they can go ahead and use their attack. They just knock out the Radiant Jirachi, but before they get to take the prize cards, we get to look for 3 cards. We just grab 3 random cards. In this case, I'm going to grab the Tinkaton EX, the single prize Tinkaton, and a double turbo energy, just so I have some stuff I could do. Now you can see our hand goes from 3 cards. It's going to go up to 6 cards, and we get a top deck of 7 cards just because of that. Obviously, we're going to start making some plays happen, but we can go ahead. We can evolve into the single prize Tinkaton. We can use the gather materials, get rid of that useless battle VIP pass, and draw 3 cards. Look at that. We got the rare candy, so we can go ahead, use the rare candy to evolve into the Tinkaton EX right away. If we were attacking with the Tinkaton, we can go ahead and attach the double turbo energy. We get to use Colress's experiment, look at the top 5 cards of our deck, put 3 of them into our hand, 2 go into the lost zone. In this case, we're just going to get rid of the battle VIP pass and Rotom. We probably don't need those anymore. Now we can go ahead, again, we have a decent amount of cards in hand. If we were attacking with the Tinkaton EX, we're going to be doing 180 damage with the 2 prize Pokemon. We're going to be doing 180 damage with the single prize Pokemon, so we might as well, though we could, hopefully get another one going the next turn. You can see we have a rare candy, and just start to make some stuff happen. Now it's my opponent's turn. They can go ahead and play the Iono, but because of Dewguard on the Milotic, nothing happens to my hand. So you can see how the Tinkaton EX deck wants to function. It wants to use the Radiant Jirachi, which, by the way, Level Ball, Battle VIP Pass, Nest Ball, all let you get that Radiant Jirachi super, super early. Nest Ball and Battle VIP Pass also let you get the Rotom, so you can start filling your hand as much as humanly possible to hit with Big Hammer really, really hard. You got a big hammer, you got a big hand. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found it informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Tells YouTube this is a good channel. Other people should watch it. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this updated Tinkaton EX deck. We're going to do a battle with it very soon, just to see if it lives up to the game plan that it wants to do. Maybe this is a little bit more consistent, since we don't have to worry about the 3-3 Curlier line, which can add a little bit of inconsistency and take up a lot of bench space. We'll have to just see how it goes. So let me know what you want to see next in the comments. But yeah, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for... Almost got it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I want to give a special shout out to the YouTube members Black Wins, Mike the Highest, Fernando Ortiz, Chin Pokemon, and Eric N. Thank you all so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. And if you want to become a channel member, you can go ahead and click the channel member button somewhere at the bottom of the page. I'm not really sure. I haven't done it myself.